world to me in that moment. And I mean that totally platonically. But what happened to that? And see, that's what that Christopher Titus quote at the beginning of this show is about. It's about civility. You know what? If you approach somebody with an insult like asshole or cocksucker, they're going to respond in kind. We don't have to agree on what needs to be done. We just need to be able to come together and civilly discuss all the options on the table and figure out how we can incorporate them all into the best synthesis of a solution. And we can't seem to do that. And this isn't just, again, I'm going to say it again, I see it mostly in the, realm of politics, right? But it goes everywhere. Religion, spirituality, religion versus science. We can't seem to sit down. There's this insane tribalism going on. Not just in America, but in the world at large. I just happen to live in America, so I see it mostly in America. And I see it with Democrats, I see it with Republicans, I see it with Christians, I see it with Muslims, I don't really see it much with Jews, but I see it, sometimes. I see it with atheists make me laugh. They have every right to believe what they believe or don't believe what they don't believe, but they get so angry about it sometimes. It's hilarious. Just as much as it's hilarious that Christians are like, no, this is how it is, But people are so hell-bent on their opinions that they forget that they're talking to another human being who has opinions just like them. And those opinions are shitty and they stink. We're all human. And I'm talking about this on the Purple Positivity podcast because not because this is a good thing. Obviously, it's not. But because I have hope. Because in amongst all this divisiveness and division and however many other synonyms I can come up with, not in this moment. And despite all this division in our country, all this tribalism is, oh, you're a Republican and I'm a Democrat, or I'm a Democrat and you're a Republican, stay the fuck over there, you little snowflake, stay the fuck over there, you little redneck idiot, whatever. In amongst this tribalism, I see hope. I see instances, very small instances, of civility, civil discourse, civil discussion, where we can sit down and share ideas on a day-to-day basis, on a regular level, and even on a national level. I've seen it. I've seen it happening. It doesn't get as much media coverage as the division and the tribalism and all that stuff. But it's out there. And that gives me hope. I was listening to the Titus podcast from this past Friday, and he had on this comedian named Elaine Boozer, and she was talking about, I forget the comedian's name, but she was talking about a comedian who had differing political opinions, and she still went to his shows. There was always a portion of his show where he would talk about a subject that she did not like, that really upset her in a lot of ways, but she sat through it. She went through it. She understood it was jokes. It was his right to have that opinion and to express that opinion. And then he moved on to the stuff that made her laugh. So there was like maybe, 10, 20 minutes of a 1 hour set that she didn't care for at all. Well, the rest of it was good. And she still respected him. Honestly. And as I said, on this show last week, she spoke very highly of him. And I think we need to do that. We need to sit down and listen to the other side. And I'll be the first one to tell you it is not easy to do, okay? I was watching a news story about the Beto O'Rourke, Ted Cruz race here in Texas, and there was a part of that where I had to pause it because I was like, I can't listen to this. And I was getting mad. I was getting super duper mad. And I almost turned my iPad off completely and just said, I'm walking away, I'm tired. I don't want to be mad. But I said, no, you know what? I've got to hear it. I've got to hear the other side. And so I took a deep breath, I calmed myself down, and I listened. Because I want to understand where people with opposing views are coming from. Because they're, more often than not, they're coming from a very similar place that I come from. They just have different ideas of how things need to be done. But I have hope that we can get back to that glorious moment in the wake of a tragedy. It shouldn't take a tragedy to have a glorious moment of united we stand. And I just thought of this right now. I'm sort of like, if you listen to this show on a regular basis, you know that like my mind goes all over the place. But I just thought of this right now. Back during World War II, it didn't matter where you came from. We were all fighting together. We were all working together to win that war. Back in the Great Depression, I'm not saying that there wasn't division and there wasn't issues like this. They were just lesser. They were quieter. Because we were all working together to get the fuck out of that economic depression. We were working together to make jobs happen, to make this economy work again. United we stood. But why does it take a tragedy? Why does it take a crisis? It shouldn't. But I have hope. I really do. I see it happening more and more every single day. People sitting down and listening. No matter how hard it is for them to hear what's being said. Hope is on the horizon. And I hope we can get to a point of united we stand without having a tragedy first. And that's all I have to say about that. Whew, I feel better. I've been going back and forth all weekend long. Like I got this idea listening to some stuff on Friday and then, watching some videos on Saturday. And, and I sat there thinking about it all day Sunday and then all day today. Well, I don't know. It might come off as being political and, but this isn't about politics. This isn't about anything. This is about fucking civility. And yeah, I use some coarse language on this show. And I have my moments where I act pretty uncivilized. Mea culpa. And I also hope that I do my best every day to hear the other side. So, let's get into the things through which I am grateful. I was gonna do like a little sound effect for that, and then I got so wound up and excited about talking about this because I have to get this off my chest. Okay, so number one, I am grateful for these Cinnabon Snacks that they have at Sonic. Oh my God, they are, I think I might be addicted. I've only had them once and I think I might be addicted. So good, my God. Like heaven. Heaven sent. And they, you can get them in 3 or you can get them in 5, and they come with little cream cheese frosting. Ooh, it's so good. So that's the first thing for which I'm grateful. So let's get the silly food thing out of the way, right? Second thing for which I am grateful. Oh, I make myself laugh. I'm honestly, I'm grateful for this cold weather. I really am. I love cold weather. I'll cap someone, lives in Denver, and he sent me a picture Sunday morning that, them getting snow, and I was like, wow. But he likes to tell me, oh, you're not, because I sometimes talk about the possibility of moving up to Colorado. And he says, you're not going to be able to handle this cold. And I'm like, I'll be fine. Maybe. I won't know until I get there, if I even get there at all. But I love the cold weather, and that's part of why I've been considering moving to Colorado for a couple of years now, actually, even before I met all cap someone. So, but we had a huge cold front come in on Sunday night. It was really funny because I actually watched it come in, so to speak. I watched the temperature drop. Our high was 79 or something like that at 3 or 4 o'clock. And then at 5 or 6, I said, hey, Siri, what's the temperature? And, and it was 53. And it was oh, wow, that was fast. So I watched it come in. And funny thing is, because I decided at some point to compare what Siri had to say and what Google had to say. The Siri's saying, it's 48 degrees outside. And at the same time, Google's saying it's 53. And I was like, okay, that's a 5-degree difference. Somebody please tell me who's right. It took Google about 2 hours to catch up to Siri. So that was fun. But I really do love this cold weather, and it was... apparently our heater at work is broken, but thankfully I'm always cold at work, so I always have a sweatshirt there. And so I survived. So I'm grateful for this cold weather. I really love it. And we got rain and stuff. I love the rain. If you know anything about me, you know I love the rain. Actually, I should be doing a show here in the near future called Cloudy Day Clarity, which will explain partially why I like the rain so much. So the third thing for which I am grateful is I am grateful for